A few days ago, I reported that my insider at CBS said that Alex Kurtzman was going to be out at Star Trek. That went pretty viral. My comments were mixed, and some people were like, thank God, about time, and other people were like, I've heard this before. I'll believe it when I see it. And there's been lots of reports over the years where a lot of YouTubers have gone out and said they have insiders and say that Alex Kurtzman's out at Star Trek. Another big one is Kathleen Kennedy's out at Star Wars. So I totally understand the reservations. But it looks like this is coming true, and it looks like my insider is being validated because Tachyon Pulse posted another video that actually shows that he has an insider, and I'm going to get into this in just a minute. So please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things Star Trek. Really appreciate you guys for being here and supporting our channel. We've grown so fast this last month, and we are a channel that, of course, opposes the woke here and opposes, of course, everything that's happened with New Trek. I'm a big classic Star Trek fan, of course, and I'm a little more, I'd say, just punchy at current New Trek than Tachyon Pulse. He's a little nicer to them than I am, but that's kind of the differences between us here. So I appreciate you for being here, and yes, check things out. I'm a sci-fi writer, and I guess that's why I get so livid about this, because I do this professionally for a living, and this is my Valiant Frontiers, which I appreciate. We're getting close to $10,000 on our campaign here, which is great for my novels, and I wrote a 3-book series of novels, which is about my space exploration. This is how I would do it. This is how I would create an adventure of the week that actually has that sense of wonder of sci-fi, has great characters that develop. And yes, if you're ready, Star Trek, hire me. I'm here for whatever reboot you're doing. I would love to be involved in that. For now, you can read these. If you like the old Star Trek novels, especially, I think you're going to really love these. That was what I grew up on reading, and I've read a lot of science fiction, written a lot of science fiction. I've written about 25 plus books right now, and this is in the description below. So grab this. It's available on ebook, and of course, I have for those who are frugal, I've got paperbacks, and I've got beautiful hardcover editions, and it's going to be closing in a few days. I don't want you to miss this. Thank you for supporting our channel and what we do here. This is the best way to do so. All right. So my insider scoop was that Kurtzman's going to be out at Star Trek. I heard that they had until December 15th to get out, and that the studio that they're actually recording in is going to be repurposed for something else at the beginning of the year. Now it looks like Strange New Worlds is getting some actual delays in this, so it may not happen on exactly the 15th, but it is wrapping up filming, much like we thought. Now, as Tachyon Pulse said, there are some corroborating evidences of this that's been happening for a while. Obviously, Paramount's not been happy with things. It's been very, very expensive to produce this stuff. Section 31 was extremely poorly received, and Strange New Worlds is getting to a point where they're only having a 6-episode finale of a season, which points to, hey, they are wrapping that up real quick rather than actually going through a full 5th season of what's going on there. Now, I have a CBS insider who's in the legal department, and then those legal departments saw what was going on with the construction of the sets, etc., and that's how we found out that this was all shutting down on December 15th. Now, what I hear also is that the contract with Secret Hideout actually extends to July for post-production and the like, and they're kind of just going over this right now. And so this is what I reported about a week ago, and I'm happy to report that this is coming true. It looks like we may be finally actually getting the end of Kurtzman's Star Trek like we've always wanted. And this got verified pretty much independently by Tachyon Pulse right here. He posted this video yesterday. Kurtzman out expected Star Trek news revealed. Now, when he talked about this and actually ran his video, he talked about his insider, who is not the same person at CBS, but is a Hollywood casting agency. Since I'm talking to somebody in a legal department at CBS, we have 2 verified different sources that are talking that says that this whole era is over and Kurtzman is out of this whole situation, that Secret Hideout is looking like they're done. Now, that's pretty good corroboration. Now that we have 2 sources saying this is a big deal that looks like it finally might actually be happening. The long nightmare of Star Trek under Kurtzman and Secret Hideout is finally looking like it's coming to end. Now, naturally, we've had the news that the Star Trek 4, the J.J. Abrams, was also canceled and shelved. That went by the wayside. All this stuff is lining up, and it's showing that it's exactly as we've been reporting. And so they are, of course, trying to put a nice face on it. They're trying to just be completely quiet about it because they know what happens in this. And if you looked at Doctor Who earlier this year, you could find the trajectory of what was going on. It was well known with Doctor Who, that the ratings were very terrible, that Disney was not happy with the way things were going, that the investment was going to be ending. And there were rumors from the beginning that Gatwa was going to be out, that Russell T Davies was going to be out, and the like. And because of that, Bad Wolf actually contacted me and told me those rumors were false, etc. They really tried to sweep it under the rug. Now, the reason they sweep it under the rug is they still have shows coming out. So Strange New World Season 4 and Starfleet Academy are both coming out next year. If they're being told that these are going to get erased from continuity, that we're ignoring it, that we're moving on, people are just not going to watch them, right? And that's it. It's exactly what would happen at the end of Doctor Who. Once it was confirmed that Gatwa was out around the 6th episode that was premiering of the 10, their ratings just cratered even more. It was gone because everybody knew that this was over and done and it wasn't coming back again. So studios, even though they are moving on, even though they are doing something, have incentive to keep it quiet. Now, Kurtzman and Secret Hideout have this massive favorable deal with Star Trek as well, where they get a lot of different proceeds, they have different options at whatever, and they're still trying to weasel their way back in. So while there's no contract, they still want to get some rights for licensings, they still want to get some first options at different shows and whatever going forward, in the hopes that they can, of course, keep their jobs and keep all this going on. I hope all that doesn't happen, but it's possible that there is something that could be snuck out of this. Now, as we know right now, Star Trek's moving on, and Star Trek's going to be shutting all this down. Starfleet Academy is, for all intents and purposes, canceled at this point. It is completely gone. They're going to be taking down the sets. It's over. These 2 seasons are wrapping up, and that's all they're going to get, and thank God for that. They're not moving forward with anything forward with this, and they know it's going to be a disaster. No, we're all going to tune into this next year, and I don't even want to review it, but I'm going to for you. Okay? But it's going to be, we know it's going to be a bastardization of Star Trek, like has not been seen since Discovery, probably even worse, let's be honest. And that's what's going to happen here. My insiders there also tell me that Academy this is what I was told internally, is worse than Section 31. It's that bad. And that's pretty low bar. So we'll see how it goes when this actually comes out. Now they are making a new movie, and they have the Dungeons and Dragons filmmakers attached to that, and they're apparently moving on, and they're doing something that is going to be a continuation in the post-Picard era with a new crew and the like. And this is increasingly what's happening with different TV shows. And so that's what they're going to be trying to set up. And from that movie, they're hoping to do a launching point for a new TV series and the like going on further later. So that's where we're going to be going. It's going to be slim pickings for the next couple of years as we get season 4 and 5 of Strange New Worlds and Academy in, of course, 2026 and 2027. I expect this movie maybe to come out in end of 2027, maybe 2028. And at that point, we might be getting a new series in 2028, 2029 that hopefully will save Star Trek and make it great again, my friends. This is it. So thank you for verifying this, Jay. I appreciate you having your own insider. We both have 2 different sources now that are corroborating this. It looks like we can start celebrating, my friends, that Kurtzman might finally be gone and that we might have this long nightmare of this fake Star Trek finally over. All right, thanks for being here, guys. If you like my thoughts on this, please check out my campaign. It's in the description below. These are novels, 3 books for you. I really wrote a lot in advance just to make sure that you really get to know these characters and the like, because that's what matters. It's in the description below. Appreciate you being here. We'll be back soon.